Hey, this is Gerry Visca, the publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the Visionaries issue that is kicking off the 2017 new year. And man, are we excited, because today we are live in the treehouse in California with author, inspiring global leader Brittany Burtz. Brittany, welcome.
Hi, Gerry. Thank you so much. Yes, all the way from the treehouse.
Brittany, this is a special time specifically for me and for you. You are the cover story. You made it to the cover. I'm not surprised. You know, you first captured my heart, that's for sure, in the top 50 relationship marketing tips that we first published. And then we couldn't stop. We kept seeing a difference that you were starting to make worldwide on the global scale, and we decided to publish you again in the Difference Makers issue alongside with Jack Canfield, who actually was super pumped to hear about you being in my latest book called Big Dreamers, and along with 6 other leaders, and of course a forward by your friend and colleague, global leadership expert and coach David Bird. So you got a lot of great things on the go.
I'm so grateful and very happy to be a part of it, because the energy and what's coming from and what has come from all of those issues and that incredible book is incredible. It's really wonderful to see the reception and excitement from everyone reading it, all of the readers, and the value that they're receiving. So I'm just so fortunate to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. I love it. So I'm excited about this live interview. This is, again, the cover story for Visionaries. And I just want to I'm going to get into a lot of depth about some of the new projects you have on the go, you know, your new brand, your new website, Believe and Begin. So there's a lot of great stuff to share with listeners. One of your quotes in your beautiful profile in Visionaries is just really, really close to my heart. It goes like this: you and I are the creators and choosers of what any and all events, circumstances, words, claims, beliefs, and actions mean to us. So share with us, Brittany, why does the world need visionaries now more than ever?
Wow, yes, this is a huge element to really my mission and my desire to share this work and so much of this information with the world, because we sit in a balance, and we sit in a scale in our world today where there are 2 different sides, and we experience frequently one side of energy that I might call more of a lower vibrational energy and frequency, and it's around us. Everywhere we go, it's in the media, it's in the societal outlets, it's in all around us. Although there's another side as well, and that other side is belief and hope and inspiration and knowingness, and really taking strides and steps to see beyond what society would maybe have as a veil, or have its thumb over, or have its clouding over the eyes of so many people. And the reason that visionaries are so important and essential right now today is there's this balance, there's this scale, and one side tipping higher than the other. So having individuals that can really and choose to see beyond the apparent struggles or situations, events, circumstances, to possibilities beyond what's showing up is vital. And, I share that everyone is really a visionary. It's not that someone is born a visionary and one person is not a visionary. Every person is a visionary and has the ability to step into that. And there are some key components that I've noticed that really make the difference between someone who becomes a visionary and steps into that, and maybe someone who hasn't realized that just yet is within them. But we're in a very delicate place right now in our world. and we're going to great heights. And that's the message that I want to convey to the world and to everybody, is that we may be facing a lot of heavy things in society today, in the world today, but we're going to great heights. We're moving beyond all of that. And these people that really decide to get out of their comfort zone, stretch themselves, grow beyond, and see beyond a lot of the pressures and the struggles and the circumstances and events, they see themselves more than that. They see themselves beyond that. They see a higher vision for the world and for themselves and for the people around them. Those are the visionaries that are going to turn around and help guide everybody else to realizing that same thing. So it is very important, it is very vital to where we go in the world, and not only to where the world moves, but to future generations, to the future individuals, beings that will inhabit this planet. What energy are they going to be coming into? And we have to really think about that and take that into consideration when we think about visionaries and really becoming a visionary ourselves, because we see into the future. Visionaries will see into the future of what does the world need 100 years from now, 300, 500, 1,000 years from now. How will things be evolving? In what direction will they be evolving? In what direction do we want them to evolve? And this is where we really begin to realize that we have control in which direction the world evolves. So it's a very powerful reason.
I love it. Wow, what a way to kick off this first question, Brittany. That's just, I love how you speak to energy. I've always loved it, and how you harness it, and your work around belief, hope, and inspiration. It's very profound. Your work is very profound, and it's another reason why I chose to publish you as a cover story. We were looking around at a time, around several people with this issue, but it's your vision going forward. It's your vision for the world, and I'm really honored to support that vision. It ties into this next question around ROI. As you know, I've been inspired to help form this kind of new ROI where we all reach out and inspire others, and Defyeneurs has certainly become that global platform that's responded to this ROI. So with your vision, share with us, how will your vision, you've tied into it beautifully, but how will your vision going forward, 2017, how is it going to contribute to this new ROI for the world?
It has a lot to do with the work that I believe in and the work that I do, which has everything to do with our way of being and the way that we show up in the world as individuals. How can I become the best version of myself possible? How can I show up even more open, even more authentic, even more with self-confidence and belief in myself, so that I can just show love like I've never shown love before to people, so I can understand and accept people even more that are around me. And I think that's a big factor, because there's a balancing that must take place within the person, within the individual. I think of each of us like an instrument. And if I'm an instrument, my mind and body must be tuned and calibrated into the right balance in order to play the most seamless, beautiful music. Just like any instrument that you're going to play, a guitar, a violin, it's going to have to be tuned into that proper resonance, into that proper balance. So constantly, we as inhabitants of this earth are being tuned by our environment. We're being tuned by the experiences every day. We're being tuned by the relationships in our life. We're being tuned by the situations and events that take place. So part of this new ROI for the world that you speak of that is so amazing is coming into a realization that we are being tuned. And instead of resisting that tuning, instead of resisting what's showing up, learning to embrace it. And when we learn to embrace it and grow from it with some of the tools that I speak about in the work that I do and in my book, it becomes fun. Growth becomes fun. Becoming better becomes fun. It's no longer difficult and boring and troublesome and, oh, I'm letting go of something I really enjoy to become better. No, it's a fun and enjoyable thing. It's like a mental wonderland journey where everything is incredible and you can really learn to live life in a whole new way, in a whole new perspective. So this new ROI for the world that I see and emerging is this new way of being. And it's a new way of being for each individual to step into, which is really their true way of being. The new way of being is really their true way of being, going back to their authentic essence that was there even before they came into the world, even before they, were born and right then. So it is this new way of being. It's this new way of showing up. It's how you treat other people. It's the energy that comes from you. It's the internal energy that comes from you and into the world around you, and becoming more aware of that. So there are so many different tools and things to do to help be able to really release a lot of the things that may have been blocking or stopping someone from flowing their own authentic energy freely, from really being in total self-confidence. Because I used to think that I can't be a totally self-confident, congruent, successful business person. I can't be a leader and also be loving and open and fun and caring and kind and generous. How could I be both of those things? It seemed like two opposite ends of the spectrum. And one of the messages that I want to convey and that I want to share with everyone through this work is that it's essential for all of us to learn how to play all of the keys on the piano. And that's something that my mentor, Mirka, and dear friend of mine shared with me, oh my gosh, almost 10 years ago she said that. And when she implanted those words in my mind, it inspired me. And I said, you know what, that makes perfect sense. Why not? Why not me learn how to play all of the keys on the piano? Why can't I be totally authentic, totally me, loving and fun and open and caring and accepting of the other people around me in my life, non-judgmental, and still be confident and know who I am and be congruent? How do I get there? Because I wasn't there years ago. All I knew was that I wanted to learn how to be that way, how to play that way. How can I play all of those keys? How can I play? Because it sounded so amazing. It sounded so freeing to be able to be all of those things in one person. So it really inspired me to go on a seeking journey of how could I learn to become that way. So that's one thing that I believe so truly is that you can learn anything. Any of us can learn anything. There's never oh, that's not for me. Oh, that's just for that person over there. No, every single person has the ability to learn anything that they desire and step into that. So that's a part of this new way of being, is being in that balance, that total balance and fluidity where your very best, highest, most incredible music can play every day.
It's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love how you have such a desire to show love. And, this has been a big year for you. It's been a big year. It's been a major publishing year for you, a launch of a major new brand for you. And just before I take you into your newer book that you're going to be launching in the upcoming year, I want to stay a bit on this tribute. As you know, in the Visionaries issue, in addition to being the cover story, we've also launched a very special tribute to you as a big dreamer. And I personally loved and had the pleasure and honor of really taking you deep and taking you a little bit further with your journey and towards this inspiring, so many other people to dream big. Tell us a bit about the excitement around, being in this book along with some of these other leaders and David Burr. What does that feel like for you?
Oh man, it is incredible, and I'm so grateful to you for putting your heart and soul into creating this. It is profound. I've never had anyone go into my story, my journey, which really it is my journey, and I hope for it to be just a model of possibility, an example, or some bit of it to inspire someone, because we all have our own story. We have all our own special, incredible journey and story to be told in this life. And what I love so much about this book is it you highlight through the stories of these individuals, not just their successes and where they've gone and all of the good and amazing things that have happened to them in their lives, because we all have plenty of those things. You also illuminate some of the things that were roadblocks, that were stumbling blocks that could have stopped them from moving forward. You illuminate the things that showed up, like they do for all of us, from the time we're a young child. Who knows what they could be? Situations, events, circumstances, things happen. And to highlight those things that could have been a stopping point for someone, but these individuals chose to see it in a different way. They chose to see it in a new way. They chose to gather certain learnings from that situation, grow because of it. And what I love so much is there's a level of responsibility that is taken by these big dreamers that are in this book. And I think that's what really makes them, sets them out as a big dreamer, because they have that something happen to them, and they take total responsibility for their own life and for themselves. You don't hear in their words, in the quotes that you share from your time with them, you don't hear them say things like, this person did this to me, this happened to me. You don't hear victimizing language. It's, yes, some things that are very hurtful and painful showed up in these individuals' lives, yet they chose to receive that energy differently. They chose to process that energy differently within them. And maybe it was because they had a mentor. A lot of these individuals they were open to learning from someone who could inspire them. And so I love the story that this book unfolds, and it's a repeating story in each of these profiles. It's a repeating story of someone who is just like you and me. It's just like each of us is going through life and finding their way. And it's identifying pinpoints that really have set them apart. Why did they transcend all of these moments that showed up? How did they transcend these moments? What were their thoughts like as they were going through it and transcending it? What were they thinking? How were they integrating it? How were they receiving the events that took place and shifting that energy, changing that energy? Did it get stuck inside of them? Did it get buried? Did it turn into a crutch but you don't see that. You don't see a lot of that in these stories. You see these individuals transcend and go beyond and come out the other side in a whole new way of being. In each of these people, you see them come out the other side as an even better version of themselves. because they were open, because they sought the proper guidance. They asked for guidance, direction from a place of wisdom, and they learned from it and came through in just this amazing way where they're this individual that they didn't know that they were prior to these things that happened. So it's incredible. I'm passionate about it. I'm excited about it. Hopefully,
I love it. I'm so first of all, I'm so honored that you're sharing this, and I'm really excited about seeing you being a part of these just amazing book signing events that are about to unfold. And you're one of the most extraordinary leaders that I've had an honor to really dive deeper in. I'm really excited. I want to get into a bit of the Brittany Burtz brand. Okay, so 2016 was a big year for you. You did some real deep work on your why, why you exist, which I believe is the only question that really matters, to any of us. Why do we exist? What are we here to really be? And, I define that why is the world helped by you. And, you've done some real deep work, and you've uncovered this extraordinary brand essence, Brittany Burtz, Believe and Begin. Tell us a bit about the energy around this beautiful brand essence that you've now launched.
Thank you. I feel it. It is an essence, and there is an energy to it. Really, I wish I can take. I even don't wish I can take responsibility because it's meant to be. There's something about this brand. There's something about Believe and Begin. And, it began in kind of the co-creation that you and I had together, which was so amazing, and came through as something that this brand embodies a lot of different concepts, from the highest, cosmic and universal concepts that some may deem spiritual. These are concepts that have been proven, and ideas and philosophies. These are ways that have been shown and proven and demonstrated for a very long time. And it's about bringing these universal ideas and concepts that we're very well aware of, that are affecting us on a daily basis, that include energy and frequency and vibration, things that we're learning more about and hearing more about, and the scientific concepts, the facts, the statistics, the findings, the latest findings in science, in epigenetics, in quantum physics, in these realms where all of these things are being proven, things that have been talked about for many years, and you hear a lot of speakers and authors and coaches speak on. Science is beginning to show us, or has even for quite a while now, all of the reasons why that is. So Believe and Begin encompasses realms that are that vast, all the way down to the scientific, and it's really about the mind and the body. It's about these two energies coming together, because we have an energy consciousness that I speak about that it flows within and through our physical body. These two come together and they join together. So the question is, and the question that I've posed to myself for many years, it's been my journey to find out and to discover. It was like an itching, continuous thought inside my mind and inside my body, was to find the answers. I want to know the answers. How can I find the answers to living in my most high vibrational, if you will, state possible? Health, vitality with the mind, all of it. And we know that it's all connected. It's very apparent now through science and research, becoming even more, that these two aspects of ourself come together. They influence one another. They're affected by one another. So what if there was a way that we could use specific, simple tools, simple games, simple practices on a daily basis, things that we do, things that we say, thoughts that we have that could help us recondition and rewire the way that maybe something has been stored and programmed for our entire life, ever since we were young. And part of what Believe and Begin is it's this journey of making the exploration of yourself fun. And when we can explore ourselves and find out things about ourselves at a deeper level, we learn and we grow. We become more self-aware. We become very wise. There's this element of wisdom that comes into us. Our growth is expedited and we evolve. So it is about our own evolution as a being on this earth. It's about going to the next level. Believe and Begin is about the journey of going to your next level. We are not on this planet to just sit around in this physical body and chill and let things happen to us. We're here to have fun, yes. We're here to enjoy and relish in all of the amazing things that this world and this life has to offer. And that's the message that I want to convey to people through this. This is what Believe and Begin represents, is the fun and the hip and the cool and the, you can be all of these things. You can do, so many things. But at the same time, you can step into a higher place of wisdom. You can have it all. It's no longer about spirituality and these universal concepts and different things being put into a box where you're going to have to give up certain things in order to get there. It's about balancing all of it and bringing it into a higher place than we've ever been before. So Believe and Begin is the beginning of each of us, our personal evolution to get to the next level, and in a way that is enjoyable and fun and adventurous.
I love it. I was going to say we believe in you. Like, we can't wait to help you inspire others to begin their best chapter of their lives. So taking it back to the Visionaries, again, as the cover story, you've certainly mastered the art of getting clear on belief, getting clear on vision. With thousands of listeners on the line, what is the one tip, the top Brittany Burtz tip to helping people who are stuck getting clear on having a vision?
Great question. Great question. Well, I look at and I think about the people that I know and that I've met in my life that are some of the most successful individuals. And I look at them. I look at what makes them different. What makes this individual who has created all of this success, they're living the life of their dreams. They've created this. How did they figure that out? Where was their starting point? How did they begin? Because what I know to be true is it begins in our mind. It begins right in between our two ears, in our head, and the thoughts that we are having on a consistent daily basis, what our thoughts are moment by moment. And so in order to get clear on what your vision really is, on what is it that you're going to create, what's that next thing that you're going to do, if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling in that place of stagnancy, let yourself off the hook, number one, because we've all been there. That's a place that we've been before. The thing is, just don't stay there. It's a good thing if you're uncomfortable there. My mission and my mantra in life is, my goal has always been to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm constantly seeking that place of uncomfortability because I know when I'm in that place, I'm on the precipice, I'm on the verge, I'm on the edge of growing and getting to that next level. I'm about to transcend and go beyond. And this feeling that you have and you and I have when we transcend something in our life, when we conquer something, when I did that. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world, and you grow. So my advice to anyone in that place where you're feeling stuck or unsure, what am I going to do? What's my next thing? Is number one, let yourself off the hook. Stop. I had to stop beating myself up years ago and really pay attention to my thoughts, because every thought that goes through our mind on a daily basis, we may think that we're doing really well, and a lot of us do affirmations, we write affirmations, we think, I'm doing everything to work on my thoughts. But the truth is, really, I implore you to pay attention to every thought that goes through your mind throughout the day. Check in with yourself. Set alarm on your phone multiple times throughout the day to remind yourself of what are you thinking. And the first step is in the awareness, because even though we may do affirmations, those of us that we use prayer or whatever we use as our method, sometimes it's great. All of those things are great and they're incredibly effective. But the thoughts that are happening moment by moment throughout our day can counteract those moments when we are saying our affirmations, when we are affirming those positive things. So part of the conditioning that has to happen prior to you emerging into more clarity of knowing what you're doing and where you're going is working at the root. And the root is, how am I feeling on a daily basis, and what are my thoughts on a moment-by-moment basis, and just becoming aware of them. Not condemning yourself and not beating yourself up, because when you start to become aware of what's been going on in the mind, sometimes it can be a little like, wow, yikes, I didn't know that was happening. Oh, my gosh. And
I love it.
It's almost like a daunting task sometimes when you realize that. But I want to encourage everyone to just believe, keep that awareness and keep going, because it gets easier. The more you catch yourself in those moments, the more aware you become, the more you can start to shift those things. And so getting out of that stuck place begins with the mind, and reconditioning and taking out the old thoughts and the old ways, bringing in new, higher vibrational, better thoughts and better ways, and just trust that the clarity will come. Instead of needing to know right now, trust that the clarity will come. Ask for a sign. Intend that it's going to show up, and look for signs. I want to just speak this because a lot of the most successful people that I've met, how their path was revealed to them, how their next creative project, their next whatever it was revealed to them, is they believed, they asked for a sign, and they just believed that it would come. They trusted, and they allowed it to come. So those would be my first recommendations.
I love it. Those are really, really great insights, Brittany. I mean, really powerful. It's another reason why I'm honored to highlight your work, starting off with belief, and I love how you share about being comfortable and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, which I think is extremely profound. So as we transition into this final question, there's a quote that you share here in your cover story, which I really love. It goes like this: the way you show up in life, your attitude, and the way you interact with others is the most appropriate place for all of us to begin seeing beyond the noise of negativity in our world. There are simple and fun ways to tune and balance your mind and body to a place where your authentic way of being flows. So you've really, shared with us and really captured the excitement and the curiosity for us wanting to get involved with your new project that you have coming out in 2017, your new book. So just share with us why. Share with us, I don't know if you can share with us the title or at least tease us with something, but definitely share with us maybe the title. What have you decided on the title?
Yes, I have. And I'm so inspired about this book and this title because it absolutely is exactly what it embodies. And it's about our own personal evolution, like I spoke of, which I'm very passionate about. I am very passionate about each of us experiencing and being a co-creator of our own evolution on this planet energetically, which is just like you shared in that little piece, our energy, the way that we show up in the world, the way that we interact with people, the energy that they can feel from us, becoming aware of how energy affects each of us, not only on the front of the relationships that we have and our happiness level, what we're able to achieve and create, and the way that we feel on a daily basis through our emotions, but also the energy that affects our physical body and our health and wellness, our well-being. So you've got these two aspects of evolution that are going on constantly. And either we're going to be forced into evolution because we're on this planet, so you're either forced into it and you're resisting it, or you can play along with this. And this is the message that I want to help people really understand and embrace through this book, is that you become a playful co-creator of your own evolution, not only physically, the physical body, your health and wellness and your vitality every day, but also just your consciousness, your energy consciousness becoming even more. We can all grow. Even we hear from so many of our greatest teachers and mentors that we're either growing or we're dying. We're growing or we're declining, like David Burtz says. And so either we're going to fight this evolution process and resist it, and it will manifest more difficulty and struggle along the journey, or we can have fun with it and play with it and become a co-creator with it. And that's the energetic evolution that I'm talking about in this book. And that's the name of the book, Energetic Evolution. So the EE book for short is what we're calling it.
I love it. So how can listeners stay in touch with you, with the energy of this book and your journey throughout the next few months? What's the best place for them to visit?
Oh, wow. Well, there's a couple of places if they'd like to actually connect with me on the website online on believeandbegin.com. There, I constantly am sharing new blog posts and bits of information, but I do have we have a special Facebook group. So for those of you that are on Facebook, would love to have you search the EE book on Facebook, the EE book, and it THE letter EE BOOK, and there's a mystical laboratory group that I formulated on Facebook for all of us, anyone who would like to just be in the laboratory with me. As this book is coming to its completion and it's getting ready to come out, I'm going to be releasing videos and articles and content and insights and creating discussions with everyone who is a part of this group. And you'll be the first ones to be able to get the book once it's available. But really, I want to add value to you. I want to add value to everybody who wants to be a part of this, because it is a co-creation. I want I want everybody, I want all of you in the laboratory with me, understanding and seeing what I'm doing and what I've done on myself for so many years. It's a journey that we go on together through this energetic evolution, and I want everyone to experience it with me, right next to me, so that you can model it and apply it and get the most profound, incredible results from it. So on Facebook or through the website, and on Facebook as well, my Facebook page, Brittany Burtz, Believe and Begin, is also a great place for more resources.
I love it. Get in the lab with Brittany. Every issue of Defyeneurs gets bigger and better with you, Brittany. I just absolutely love it. I call this cover story Believe and Begin. Brittany Burtz, visionary, author, inspiring leader. We are so excited about the launch of Visionaries on behalf of Defyeneurs and everyday people doing extraordinary things. We want to thank you, Brittany, for contributing your amazing vision to this issue of Defyeneurs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gerry, for everything you do.